Hey Capricorn, this is Seth from Comingouttarot. Excuse me, if you've been here before, welcome back. If you haven't been here before, welcome. When I'm on here, I'm doing general readings for folks to give you an idea of what is coming up in October 2018. The way I'm going to do that is give you some insight on your health, your wealth, and your relationships. Kind of a 360 view of what's coming up in October. Now, if this resonates with you, keep it, hold on to it, run with it, work with it for the month of October. If it does not, it's entirely possible that I'm connecting in with some Capricorns who have different different rising, different moon, and that's just a subset that I may be zeroing in on, and it just may not be your subset. So if it's not connecting with you, that's okay, let it go, just release it. There may be another reader who's connecting in with you during the month of October, but I'd love to see you come back in November and see if I'm honing in on you for November. So, Capricorn, hopefully, I've been having trouble with my video for other series, so I hope that this is better for you. I've moved to an entirely new spot to see if my internet is going to work better. So let's see what's going on for October for Capricorn related to health, wealth, and relationships. All right, here we go. Health for Capricorn. This is the Son of Cups, or Parzival. Wealth, the Eight of Stones. And relationships, the Seven of Stones. There are no major arcanas in here, which is interesting. No life lessons for you, Capricorn. We're in the day-to-day. Everything is going to go day by day during this month. You're not in the period of what it means to kind of like be super frustrated as you grow into new places and new experiences. However, let's take a look at your health. I think it's interesting for Parzival to show up here in your health. He's one of those characters that he's just so good. Like, everything about him is altruism. He wants to do the best he can for other people all the time, but he's also constantly in awe of what is coming. So I think you may find yourself in awe of your health in October 2018. What does that even mean? How do we get in awe of our health? Well, it may be that you've put in enough work coming to this point in your life where you go, shit, I feel good. Look at that. How did I do that? I didn't know I was going to feel good in October 2018, and yet I do. Or it may be the complete flip of that, and you may be like, ooh, I didn't know that was going to happen. What is that? Kind of like that meme you might have seen on Facebook. This is welcome to your 40s. If you have not received an illness, be patient, one will be assigned to you, which I find hilarious as someone who has made it into his 40s. So it could be either one of those. However, as I look at these other cards, to have the 8 and the 7 of Stones appearing here and going in reverse order, my guess is you'll probably be more on that, ooh, where did that come kind of awe versus, yeah, I feel good. As much as we'd like it to be on the I feel good side, I think it's probably going to be a little more of an ache and pain you didn't expect. Okay. You may also find that, like, emotional health, which is different than physical or mental health, your emotional well-being, you may be a little surprised by, and you might need to take some time for yourself to deal with your emotional well-being. So a little bit of aches and pains, some emotional well-being you're going to have to deal with that was unexpected. All right, wealth. 8 of Stones, you are nose to the grindstone, working it out so that your money is coming in. It's not surprising that you've put in all of this time, especially because this is your skill, this is your trade, this is where you're meant to be. As you're working, Capricorn, you're putting in the hours, and you're probably bringing home a little bit of overtime for those of you that are not salaried. If you are salaried, you're probably putting in more effort than you are getting paid for, and you just may want to be cognizant of that. There's a lot of work going on in October for you, Capricorn. The interesting thing is the trade-off is that you're learning as well. It's not just it's kind of like if you think about somebody in a trade, how they are an apprentice before they become a master. You're in that like in between stage where during this month you're learning as you're earning. All right, relationships. 7 of Stones. We're going a bit of reverse from the 8 of Stones here. To have the 7 of Stones here in the relationship space, a little frustrating. This is kind of like it's kind of like when you think of the dude who had a lot to say at the bar, like he talked a big game, and then he gets home and you're in a bedroom and things are getting a little hot and heavy, and then he just can't get it up. And you find out that erectile dysfunction is something that is a problem and he's dealing with it, and you're just kind of all disappointed about what was going to happen because it ain't. That's what's going on here in relationships. Everything's kind of just a little bit of what do you do about in that? What do you do about that then in your relationships for October? Well, forewarned is forearmed. Things may not be working out. It may be time to do some assessment and think about what you'd like to do next. I do, however, think this is that physical kind of challenge where you boast a little bit about what's coming and it just doesn't work out the way you expected. So it is in a sexual space for me versus emotional or anything else that could happen in our lives, like business relationships versus romantic relationships, or family relationships versus romantic. I think this is in that romance space. Things just aren't working out the way you wanted them to, especially because we've got a lot of water and earth going on here. Just in general in October, we want to be in that creative space, Capricorn. You want to be building and creating, which is why you're working so hard. But the relationship side just ain't happening. So it's not surprising to me that you're probably spending a lot more time at work and not as much time on your relationship or on your health, mental, physical, emotional, or otherwise. But you're just kind of in that discovery phase about health. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in November related to your health, especially since you're making some discoveries this month. All right, quintessence of all of this, 15. Let's do some quick math. Wheel of Fortune is underpinning this, including the Magician. So not surprising that with all of the time you're putting in at work and the awareness you're having about your health, that things feel like they're starting to shift and change for you. Related to your relationship stuff, that wheel isn't going to turn unless you make it happen. So that's where the Magician comes in. You've got to start moving that relationship in the direction that you'd like it to go, or taking charge of your physical health or the physical health of others that help make that sexual part of that relationship important for you. That's probably the wrong turn of phrase. That help make that sexual part of the relationship work for you. If you don't say something, then, and I know it's not an easy subject to broach, but if you don't say something, nothing's going to change. So I would encourage you to, in your way, because I know sex is important to you. It's important to everyone, but I know it's important to you. Take charge of that. Make it part of your conversation. And it's entirely possible that this is part of that emotional well-being that I'm connecting to so that you're having a conversation that is important to both of you and is helping to further your relationship going forward. And it's hard to have that conversation, but if you have it, you're stronger and better for it. All right, I hope this is helpful, Capricorn. If it is, leave me some comments below. Leave me some comments below if there's something here that you're missing. I'd love to hear more about it. Also, subscribe if you're not already so we can keep track of each other. And if this is helpful and you like it, give me a like so that I know that I should keep doing this. If you want, you can find out more about me over at Comingouttarot.com. You can also book readings with me over there. Thanks, Capricorn. Have a good October.